Hello all, welcome to the void, the white void that we're all living in at the moment. But we're going to look at something very cool from the 90s. It's actually not the 80s, it's going to be the 90s today, because I have been buying Batman figures from the 90s. And I've got a couple to show you today. I've got a couple more to show you later on down the line that are awesome. But these are pretty cool as well. So let's bring one of them in. Oh, yes, it's the Legends of Batman. Now, in the early 90s, Kenner were looking to diversify what they were doing because Star Wars was over. Didn't look to be any more Star Wars on the horizon, even though George Lucas knew different. He was working on the special editions. So they decided, excuse me, to bring out some different stuff based on properties they already owned. Batman was one of them. Star Wars was one of them. That's what became Power of the Force, and that was awesome. But they decided to do two different sets of Batman figures. Now, they'd already had the ones from Forever that they'd got in 1990... that they would get in 1995, tell a lie. But until then, they wanted something to sort of hold that over and keep Batman in the popular imagination. So Legends of Batman were born. And later on down the line, you would get Legends of the Dark Knight, which was sort of their brief foray, or the first foray, into what became known as adult collecting. These are very much for kids, as you'll see in a minute, because not only do I have Night Quest Batman, who is effectively, that's Azrael, isn't it? But you also got mental nutso shit like this, which is the Viking Batman. Yes, Batman, but as a Viking, why not? So yeah, I'm sure it's from a story. I'm sure it's from something that I should know. I don't. So yeah, you've got this type of thing. Weirdness. Just utter weirdness. And you can see what else you could have got on the back. So like Cyborg Batman, Catwoman, the Riddler they redid is a very nice figure as the Riddler. I do need it. Power Guardian Batman, Viking the Joker they redid. Night Quest we've seen, Nightwing, they brought out a nice version of Nightwing, and so on and so forth. Future Batman is particularly interesting because that looks nothing like Terry McGinnis, I'm not going to lie. Batcycle, Crusader Batman, and a nice new clean Batmobile, which ended up looking very much like the one from Batman Forever. Oh, it's almost as if they knew. And I want this guy as well, Silver Knight Batman, because he's chromed up to buggery. It's hilarious. But yes, we are going to have a look at these. And yes, I'm very, very sorry, collectors. Whoops. That's my penance. I'm very, very sorry, collectors, but I am going to have to open these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open them up. I'm going to come back. I'm going to have a look at these cool things. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Yeah, open them up. They're cool. I did want to give you a look at the cards that come with them. So they do come with two rather nice art cards, which is one of the few instances, or one of the first instances, I think, that they maybe did of these. Anyway, here's old John Paul Valley, Azrael, or whatever you want to call him. And on the back, it does actually have a little bit of bump. It has it in 3 languages because it's the European versions, of course they do. So it goes here, while Batman is away, we all know why he was away, Bane broke his back, superhero Azrael battles against crime in his place. As Night Quest Batman, he strikes fear into the heart of the underworld. So yeah, he was Azrael Batman, John Paul Valley. He wasn't a superhero in the end because he took extreme measures and Batman had to stop him and he became a bit of a villain. But oh well, never mind. He looks cool. We have as well Viking Batman on a bit flimsier card, I've got to say. A little bit faded as well, so I do apologise for that. But he is rather old. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a Viking. He's even got a horned helmet, kind of. Loving it. Loving it. No writing on the back in English, I'm afraid. It's all in European languages. So French, I think, Met Hakende. Machine, is that Dutch? It could be Dutch. I'm sorry, I don't speak Dutch. And the other one, which I'm guessing is German. It looks German. So if anybody speaks those languages and wants to translate, yes, please, if you could. I do have listeners. I do have viewers in Germany, so It's also got the little Elseworlds logo there as well, so it's definitely an Elseworlds Batman, isn't it? You would think so. Anyway, let's have a look at, we'll do Azrael first. He looks bloody cool, I have to say. Very un-Batman-esque colours, but it was the 90s, so everything was a bit more neon, a bit more bright. I do like him a lot, though. One thing I did notice about opening these is that there's no twist ties on them whatsoever. There's just plastic bits that come off, and that's it. Really easy to open, really nice. Cos is in good condition because basically he hasn't been taken out of the package for nearly 30 years. But he's supposed to have flexi wings. Now, as far as I can tell, flexi wings means that these turn around at the back. So, yeah. And those bits turn around as well. And he comes out. There you go. Perfect. So, yeah, he's got this sort of harness here. And you can change the sort of configuration of the wings a little bit. But, I mean, it doesn't really do anything. Whatever in it. He comes with a gun. Because Azrael Batman did fire guns. Let's see if it spring loads. So he's got this little spring load thing there, and it does spring load. This nice little missile that comes out. I like it. It looks nice. And you've got Azrael himself, John Paul Valley. So he's got the whole knight thing going on in his cowl, and he does go 360. He does have 5 points of articulation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's got a permanently sort of twisted look, so his feet are meant to go a certain way, and that is the way they go. If you put them like that, he ain't going to be standing, he's going to be flopping about. But he does look pretty good when he's sort of posed in that standing position. I like him. He's got the nice clawed gauntlets. He's got the old scallops on the side there and on the back. Not much to speak of, but he looks pretty cool. Let's put his harness back on. Very simple, just goes through and stays on by way of friction. And then gun goes in here. It's difficult to do when you're in an unnatural position like I am, but there you go. Whoa! It doesn't stay in his harness if you just hold it by the harness. But why would he? It doesn't clip in. But no, I think he looks pretty cool there, John Paul Valley. I kind of like that. That's not bad at all. Let's take him out. Put him to the side, and let's bring in the Viking Batman. Again, the cape comes off, but he looks pretty sweet. Again, just plastic holding him in, nothing, much, no twist ties or anything. Much more familiar traditional Batman colours, although a bit muted. I think that might be because he's been kept in the sun. The cape does come off. The cape's very nice. Nice rubbery leather, and it's sort of, I don't know what the word is. It's got ermine on the side of it, or fur on the side of it, implying that this is some sort of animal hide. But I like it. It's very nice. His shield comes off, and his shield's very interesting because it's obviously his fist is a fist, and it just pops onto the fist like that. So it's more likely to stay on than most shields of other toys that I've ever had, because usually they're sort of a clip that go on the side, and they always come off. They're a bit rubbish, but no, he's pretty cool. And he comes with a big, massive Viking axe. So you've got one more part of articulation. So he's got 6 articulation instead of the usual 5. So he's got the head, obviously, that goes around it. I like the chainmail detailing. Can you see that? Really nice. So it looks like a horn Viking helmet, because in the 90s we still thought that they had horns, even though they did not. He's got a really nice sort of armour gilmet thing going on there with the bat symbol. And like I say, he's got one more part of articulation because his arm goes up like that. It's not an action feature per se. There's no thing you clip in. Oh, there you go. It's got the He-Man. It doesn't make that clear on the box, I must say. So he's got the He-Man articulation. So he's got 7. Nice. Liking it. But take that out. It is actually a really nice detailed weapon. And it's sort of in a bat configuration, kind of. Nice. Oh dear. Anyway, yes, so the feet, again, they're in a fixed posed thing. But there you go. I mean, that's fine. And like I say, the action feature is very nice and works perfectly. So yeah, very, very nice all around. I really like these little action figures. I think they're pretty cool. For what they are for the 90s, they would have been perfectly fine action figures to be used by kids. And Batman was popular again because of the Batman Returns and obviously Batman Forever coming up as well. But there we go, Viking Batman. And you've got Azrael Batman, the Night Quest, Nightfall Batman. If you can get hold of these, do, because they're pretty cheap on eBay. People seem not to want them. But I think they'll look very nice on my old Batman shelf. They'll look really, really cool. I will be getting more. I have more. I have some of the Batman and Robin ones. So I will sort those out in a little bit and have a look at those. In the meantime, though, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Like Batman, wear a mask. And we'll see you round the bend. Bye-bye for now.